I was gonna come in and do a an intro like a sitcom where I walk in and like open up. Hey, it's time for Wonderful Wednesday, William Street Swap Shop. But now I'm just happy to be here, sitting with you, watching this on your mobile device or laptop. We're on the internet. We're broadcasting live. And today is the William Street Swap Shop special Wonderful Wednesday edition. As you notice, the background behind me, it's not black. I usually have a black backdrop. I wear a black blazer, and we have interviews. We sit down and swap stories with esteemed guests. In the past, we've had ghost hunters on, woodworkers, artists. Someone gave me a tattoo once. I still have it on my my left shoulder. I had to look. This is my left shoulder, but I had to look. So, but today because we are having some scheduling, we have to set up a big black backdrop. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes time is just something you can't swap on the swap shop. So we said, you know what? Let's just have a special guest today on Wonderful Wednesday, and we will be taking swaps. Matt does not join me, so we will not be doing the iconic handshake with Matt. But very shortly, I will introduce you to my guest, who I will be shaking hands with. Matt is in prior. Basically, Matt has a big meeting that he can't miss. He's super busy, so he can't make it. So I, on the other hand, on Wednesdays, I have a good time, and I have time to host the swap shop. So it's great to be here with you. Please call us at 413-961-4263. We're going to swap some stuff. We normally don't do that on Wonderful Wednesdays, but why not? Let's do it today. And we're also going to be making a swap with our guest. I believe he brought something that we'll be getting into shortly. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my guest swapper today, and we're going to have an interview as well. A guest on the show, Tyree Rush. Thanks for joining us, Tyree.
Thank you. It's fun to be here.
Yeah, it's real great to have you. You used to be an employee here.
Yes, that is true.
And
At one point.
now you've moved on. You're climbing the ranks in the comedic world.
Yeah, trying to change the world one band-aid at a time.
Well, before we begin, we actually should just shake hands and say it's a deal.
Deal.
It's a deal. We'll just keep holding it for a minute now, and then we have to play it, or else we get fined.
Okay.
$20,000.
I feel that though. I mean, I like this rhythm that we have going.
There we go. Just let it go for a minute. It's a deal. Beautiful. There it is. All right. We got candy. This is a wonderful Wednesday.
I haven't had Smarties.
Tootsie Roll, orange chews, grape chews, and Smarties. I already have my Smartie. There's the wrapper. But I'm not gonna throw it away. So this is a special day today because we will be looking at items. We will be chatting with Tyree, who is a stand-up comedian. Just started doing stand-up, so we're testing out some jokes.
Yeah.
And making some swaps.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Halloween is coming up, so we want to discuss some ideas. Next week, as I promised, it's going to be a very special week of Halloween episodes of Swap Shop. But today we're going to discuss what
this is like a Halloween foreplay before the actual Halloween foreplay.
Hey, you got to have a Halloween foreplay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Halloween's like my favorite holiday. I'm trying to decide when I'm going to have the actual seance. Like every year I have a seance, so
yeah.
You have to commune with the spirits of Hollow's past or Hollow's future, whatever happens,
I remember when I met you, you said you were having a seance of voodoo. Or was it voodoo? I remember you said it was for your birthday.
Yeah, I try to commune with the dead as often as possible. Otherwise, how do you learn how to stay alive?
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a conversation with someone in the dead?
Not during one of my seances, but I ride the MARTA a lot, and one time this guy was sitting next to me, and I'm pretty sure he was dead, so...
Really?
Yeah, we had a decent conversation. It's pretty one-sided, though.
Yeah. MARTA is, for those that don't know, it's Atlanta's version of a subway.
Yeah.
It's a great transportation system. I've seen Tyree on it before. We've seen each other. Hey, Tyree.
I'm always there asking for, spare change, so,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Have you ever gotten any spare change from the dead?
From the dead, no. They just kind of give you advice, and they take your candy and other foods.
Well, we gotta protect our candy today from the dead. So why do you feel the need to have a seance? You said you want to communicate so you live longer. Is it something that's been in your family, or is it just something you discovered on your own?
I guess I'm from Georgia, and in the South, spooky stuff is just kind of a thing. We've always had it. So doing a seance every year, I feel like it's a way to stay young, stay alive. People die and you don't want to die, so you have to figure out how they did and avoid that at all costs.
Right. Now, I was always scared. I listened to radio shows sometimes where they talk about scary things at nighttime, and I was always told don't open out the Ouija board or don't try and talk with the dead because they'll come in and they might possess you, and I don't want to get possessed.
I don't believe in like the Ouija board because like spirits can't spell. Like grammar's not a thing for them. What if I'm like talking to some ancient Mayan? He's not gonna be able to spell English words on a Ouija board.
Right.
But the whole haunted house thing, I think, is kind of true. I've like lived in a couple of places that are pretty haunted.
Really? So a seance, what is the typical seance? You burn sage and then
you burn candles. I actually used my Black Jesus candle that I got when I was working here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the power of Black Jesus compels the spirits
and
to
they arrive.
Yeah. And they arrive, they kind of are in like a misty smoke.
Okay.
You burn sage. If you don't have sage, marijuana works as well.
Okay.
And
you know what they say? Ghosts love that weed.
That is a saying.
Yeah.
They should put that like on a post-it somewhere.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a Ghostbuster holding the peace sign with a big pot leaf behind it.
I dig that.
If someone wants to make that in Photoshop, and then they can have their own club, group. So you lived in a haunted house?
Yeah, I lived in a haunted house that was right next to a cemetery, and like 2 people died in it, and then the man died outside of it.
So what made it haunted?
Like every time you would walk in the hallways, you could like hear small children playing, and even though it was a house full of small children, like these weren't us, the small children, these were other small children. Like
wow,
you couldn't see them. The cabinets were always open and closed, and our basement was just really weird. You could hear these weird like gargling sounds. Yeah.
Wow. So, what was the scariest thing that ever happened?
I wouldn't say that it was scary because I liked the whole spooky thing. I think it's no different from like just living anywhere.
Right.
I went to like New York a couple of weeks ago, and the place that I stayed in wasn't haunted, but it was definitely a lot scarier than any haunted building that I've ever been in.
What was it called?
The building?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was...
Was it a hotel or an apartment?
No, it was an apartment. I was staying like in Yorkville, which is the neighborhood that they invented to keep Harlem people away from Upper East Siders.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so nice. And it was across the street from where Barack Obama used to live when he was in college, which that was kind of cool. But
that's fascinating, yeah.
Apparently every like New York building has some sort of cool story, but they don't care because they're all jaded and Northerners now. So.
Right. Did they have any businesses around, like President Obama's favorite sandwich?
No, all the coffee shops and stuff had like the type of Pokemon that they had there because
Really?
Pokemon Go
was
the fad when I went.
What about ghost Pokemon?
Ghost Pokemon, like a Ghastly or something?
Right.
Yeah.
Or one that passed away and
that.
now they need to... Like, hey, sorry, that Pokemon died. You didn't take care of it well enough.
But
so
would it
dead.
like become undead if it were a ghost?
I guess so, yeah. Maybe a special Halloween edition on Pokemon Go. Yeah, that's interesting. When I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, where the original Exorcist took place, where the little boy was possessed in the 1940s. And this is a true story. My brother-in-law used to be a bricklayer who they built bricks, masonry. And he was down in the city, and he was working on a project, and he's very blue-collar.
Yeah.
I get things go bump in the night. Ah! I get scared. But he's not too much afraid of that stuff. But him and some of his friends quit the job. And, these are burly, I'm not going to quit. Like, I need the money. But they were afraid because they started seeing people in period clothes. They said, like, in 1800s clothing, walking around in the building they were supposed to be in that was supposed to be shut off from the outside.
Yeah.
Right. They were the only ones to be in there. So he said he saw them and he quit. So sometimes I think it was just an excuse. Like, I just don't want to go into work today.
Yeah.
I saw a ghost. I'm staying home.
I was going to say, seeing people in period clothes, I feel like Missouri's like a place where they do reenactments.
Right.
A lot, yeah.
So maybe they were just reenacting and then they were like, hey, we got lost.
It's like,
oh, you're laying brick over there? What's that? And then he goes, I'm going home. Calling in dead.
I feel like scary is like when it's still fun. If it's making you like change your life and do things.
Right.
I saw did you see that thing where like Jimmy Fallon and Kevin Hart, they went into New York's like most haunted house?
No.
Yeah, like they were
Jay Leno did?
Not Jay Leno, Jimmy
Fallon.
something.
Okay.
Jimmy Fallon, James. I feel like he's too old to be going by Jimmy,
Jamie
right?
Fallon?
Yeah, Jamie.
Yeah.
That's more appropriate.
Right.
Yeah, like they were in this house and it was haunted and nobody could live in the house because it was haunted. If you're letting like a house keep you away from prime New York real estate, like
right.
No.
That's right. You would live with the
yeah,
ghosts?
I'd live with the ghosts.
Yeah.
It'd be like a sitcom. Like
there we go.
Three's Company, except one it's not a person.
And that's a great segue. I'm inviting everybody who's watching to give us a call and tell us some scary stories or just talk about Halloween, because we're going to get into what we're going to do for Halloween,
Yeah.
Halloween ideas. But Tyree, you're just now breaking into stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And you mentioned sitcom. We should just start coming up with some ideas right now for a sitcom. Maybe some jokes for that show. So you're living in a haunted house.
Living in a haunted house,
Right.
living with a ghost.
Or maybe just while I'll think of it and you just tell a joke about and it can be from a recent set.
Yeah.
And then I'll just let me just think about this sitcom.
This is giving me the opportunity to work on my horror humor.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it. Hashtag horror humor on the William Street Swap Shop today. Well, I'll think of.
Yeah, I was like,
here, you think of you do your joke, and I'll think of the. So it's Three's Company, except it's Tyree with two ghosts.
Two ghosts.
And then I'm your neighbor who sometimes comes over like, hey Tyree, like welcome to the neighborhood. You just moved in. I baked all these cookies, but I'm kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy.
But
But
Tyree doesn't know if I'm alive.
has
or dead.
snacks, so it's like, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, Tyree, look, I got a Tootsie Roll. Here you go. And then as you take it in my hand,
I take the Tootsie Roll and it's like, yeah.
like a spirit.
He goes away just like a ghost in the night.
But I say I can communicate with both the living and the dead, and then it becomes more serious. But then we throw in jokes like.
So you kind of have to like mediate like the various roommate issues I'm having with my ghost, because he keeps like, you know, leaving the toilet seat
Right.
up or down.
Right. Here,
What?
I got a joke actually. I'm gonna pretend I'm walking in. So I'm gonna come into the apartment, and then you just stay there. I'm gonna walk into the apartment.
Alright.
This is my seat. that I come and visit you at. All right, here I am.
Whoa, Zach, how
Hey.
did you get here?
I just decided to stop on in. Why is it so cold in here? What are you keeping your air conditioning at like 50?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know where to go.
It's probably because of the ghosts. And then we'd have a laugh track right there.
Yeah, like that'd be perfect. Because
Right.
ghosts, why is that though? Why does the temperature?
Right.
Oh, there it is. Like,
Let's
why does the
let's try that
temperature
again with the
change?
laugh track. I'll do a better job this time.
All right.
All right, here we go. I'm knocking.
Hey, who is it?
It's your neighbor Zach.
Come on in, man.
Great. I bought over some chews, some candy chews.
Some candy chews.
Ah.
Amazing, Zach. What would I do without you?
Hey, it's great to be your neighbor. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thanks so much.
But why is it so dang cold in here?
Yeah, man. I don't really know. It's always just kind of been that way. What do you think it is?
I don't know. What is your air conditioning set at like 50? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Your house is haunted. It's the ghosts.
Oh, damn. The laugh track came in at the perfect time because 50 got me thinking, like, that's kind of like the age where people should basically be dead, right?
I think that's it. Like, people peaked. But 50 degrees is really chilly to keep your house.
Oh, okay. I'm on a Celsius system, so everything has to be like.
Oh, so if I did that joke for Europeans, it would be like.
Yeah.
What is it, like 20?
Yeah, 20. That would be like a good low temperature.
Yeah.
50 is kind of like moderate.
Right. So you do stand up. Would that be a funny thing? Would you invite me on the stage and do that bit or an act it out?
Yes, definitely. I feel like I would invite you to be like my ventriloquist dummy, and like people would just not know the difference because you're that talented of an actor. You could pass as a puppet.
I was going to bring on Davis, a puppet we use, and I
Yeah.
left him in my office, but I was going to bring him on and we could do a little role play, a little bit like the puppeteer and then the comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your recent joke that if you have one on the top of your head that you don't mind sharing, swapping a joke?
That is a good one. All of my jokes are bad though. That's the thing. I'm still new to this.
It's okay.
So I took an Uber recently, and the Uber driver stopped at his baby mother's house, and like was just like, you know, waiting in the car, and it kind of goes to this like bigger thing about why do we ask people to be the bigger person? Like when you're the bigger person, you never actually have to put up with anything. I'm a smaller person, so I have to do things that I don't like because I'm too small to make a difference about it. So this Uber driver was like, yeah, just be the bigger person. I was like, if I was a bigger person, I'd steal your car and just get to where I was going. Yeah. And then he asked me to like rate him a 5 after that, and I guess because I'm the bigger / smaller person, I just gave him a 5 anyway.
Yeah.
I'm probably like ruining Uber for Americans just because I always give people a 5 and I have terrible experiences.
He's going to do that next time. How long did you wait in the car?
Like 20 minutes. They like had an argument in the front, and I like wanted to Periscope or Snapchat it, but I just felt like it was an invasion of their privacy, so I couldn't, you know.
You were being the bigger person?
Yeah, you know, a different guy would have put that all on the internet, but me, I have morals, I have standards, yeah.
Well, that's kind of you, Tyree. If you're just now tuning in, we're joined by Tyree Rush. She's a local stand-up comedian in the Atlanta scene.
Local ingenue.
But also you do a lot of different
Yeah, I
things.
do like 7 million jobs right now.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what are some of the best things to do for Halloween. Like, that's one of the big articles that I'm working on. So if you guys want to call in and tell me, worldwide, what all you guys like to do for Halloween, that'd be amazing. That'd make it easy for me.
What are we doing for Halloween? You want to know? You got to know. For us, bobbing for apples. That's it.
Bobbing for apples and just pray there are no razors.
Right. You tell me where there's a party we're going to bob for apples. I'm there. I think a party idea, one of my favorite Halloween parties, I dressed up as Lord.
Yeah.
For Halloween, yeah. I dressed up as Lord, and I recently just dressed up as Lord again for the Adult Swim Halloween parade.
I can see that though. Like you guys favor. You're like, you have a similar thing. I mean, you just need like a nice head of hair, and then I'm there.
I did the white makeup. I shaved most of my face, and
I wouldn't have shaved. I feel like Laura has you should just dye it blonde. Like, she has a very thin, facial hair. Like, you can't see it on TV, but in person, because I've seen her in person, like,
Tyree, I'm gonna be the bigger person and say I think Lord is probably a smooth face, not like my old brittle pad of a face. But
agree to disagree.
Fair enough. I will. I'm fine with that. But I dressed up as Lord, and I was invited. I was invited home by someone. Not to my regular home. Someone invited me to their house that night.
So it was a pretty successful evening, I imagine.
I went home. I was like, I'm just here to stay to sleep.
Yeah.
Just have a slumber party. I was like, that's weird. They want to invite Lord over. You don't even know me. Why are you inviting me back to your house?
I mean, probably they thought you were going to perform for them.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think also I was like, well, and then I thought like, well, maybe that was nice to spend the night. Maybe like in the future I could get their phone number and we could actually date.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it and I said,
once they find out you're not really Lord.
Once they find out like, oh, you don't have Lord's beautiful head of hair and that's not your real skin color.
Yeah.
I was very pale.
Well, they shouldn't judge you by your skin color.
Right.
That's kind of like
Exactly. They should judge, and they shouldn't judge you by your talents. They should just judge you by like, hey,
how much candy you have in your pockets.
That's it. And you're a real human. You're a part of the presence.
As long as you're not dead, yeah. Sleeping with dead people's kind of it's frowned upon.
Right.
Yeah.
I was 100% alive. My body was a little cold.
Blood was warm. Maybe it was 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Wherever you were. Yeah.
It was hot.
I'm always trying to go as Cameron, the rapper, for Halloween.
Right.
But, like the era of Cameron where he wore all pink, get a pink fur, maybe a bald cap, have like the pinky ring.
Yeah.
But it just never comes to fruition because I'm always getting latched on to somebody else's costume plans. Like one year I had to be Scary Spice.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's like I don't even know a Spice Girl song.
Right.
I'm actually lying. I know all of this.
I'll tell you what you want. What you really, really want.
Yeah. And it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like I would have made a really good Posh Spice.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a fashionable British lady who can, stretch my leg up high when I need to.
But they made you be Scary Spice?
Yeah, Scary Spice. I have to wear cheetah print.
Oh no.
That's not even in my color palette.
Right. So what are you going to be this Halloween?
Well, this Halloween I'm taking a small child out trick-or-treating. It's okay because I'm related to this child.
Okay.
And she wants to be Harley Quinn, so I would have to be the Joker. But now that clowns are killing people all the time, I don't know if we should go as those things because we might get mistaken for murderers.
Clowns are in the news. And they're not for good reasons. That's right.
The good old days of was it Bozo or Bobo?
Right.
For the clown.
Now everyone thinks of it. The clown that lives in the sewers.
I just saw that yesterday. It's coming on every day now as a cautionary tale. It's on PBS as a documentary.
Right. Don't go to the sewers. I once told my nephew not to go in the sewer because alligators live down there, and he still believes me. Right. That was just to keep him out of the sewers. I don't want him to have to deal with
Why
a clown.
do uncles do this though? I don't have any nieces or nephews, but my uncle told me that Barney got shot in a drive-by.
Really?
And ruined my day. I remember crying, and he was just yeah, man, that happens. He was wearing the wrong colors. It's he's purple. He can't help that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how he was born. We have an Uber story from Terravine in our chat. They said, I had one Uber driver whose car was covered top to bottom in dog hair. There wasn't one clean patch without dog hair. Then he kept telling me about his AIDS test and how he went to Colorado to smoke.
That actually sounds amazing.
Right.
All
to me,
those things sounded cool.
That makes me think of the movie Dumb and Dumber.
Dog hair. He has a dog.
Right.
He loves animals.
He goes to Colorado, and he might be a ghost if he's smoking marijuana. But if the dog hair reminds me of the car Dumb and Dumber, where they have a big dog van. I think I would like to trade in my car and get something
And
like
get like
that.
a dog van.
Would that be too much of a joke, do you think, to drive that every day? Like, do you think it would get old if you ever went on like you wanted to go on a serious date?
No, I mean, I think if you pick up a date with a van, you got like a whole other set of problems there.
Right.
Because you can't like pick up a person in a van for a date and then take them somewhere else. You have to like make the date in the van, like
Right.
cool 1970s
Yeah.
style type deal.
So instead of saying, "Hey, I got reservations,"
Yeah.
I got reservations in the back of the van.
Yeah, that's
And then-
romantic, right, ladies?
Right. Is it romantic? Let us know if that was romantic.
When I hear like animal hair, my worst animal hair experience is like cats in the kitchen because I don't really like cats in the first place.
Right.
And I mean, I feel like they look into your eyes and like absorb your soul. Like that's just an indisputable fact.
I have a
So-
cat, and I think he does that.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell like every time I see you, you feel like less and less alive. But every time I see your cat, it seems stronger and
Right.
stronger. Yeah,
And more handsome.
Yeah.
Sucking away my talents, my good looks.
your life force. Yeah,
Right. And that's a true thing. If you have a cat, be careful. They're sucking out your life force. Tyree, you brought an item today that we're going to swap, I believe. We're going to jump right into it.
Oh yeah, I brought this really fun.
And we have a story. There's a story behind this, right?
Yeah.
So if you're watching, you can bring it up.
Okay.
If you're watching and you'd like to swap, Tyree, are you originally going to offer this to be swapped to me, or?
Yeah, you can have it if you want.
Okay, but you would want I'm going to swap for you and
Okay.
something in return. But to keep it interesting, and since we are an interactive show and we're streaming live,
Yeah.
I'm going to offer folks who are watching to call in at 413-961-4263
Yeah.
and ask maybe they have an item they're willing to swap for
I'm
one of
down
our
for that.
items, so maybe they'll trade it to you. Tyree, I'm going to give you, if no one else wants to swap, I'm just going to say I'm going to give you this.
Yeah, I love him.
He's green, he's keyed out, but as you guys all recognize that face, it's Eric Andre, bird up. It's in a green screen suit, but I like it better right now keyed out because it looks cool.
Yeah. And his face is just so like dreamy.
Right.
Eric Andre.
And that's,
I could like feed him pumpkin soup. Pumpkin soup is the new soup.
it's a buddy to have. They gave these out at our upfronts this past May. We have an extra one. I'm going to swap it with you, Tyree, for your beach ball. Bring that ball back up here.
And this is no ordinary beach ball. I actually got this beach ball at Bassnectar, their Bassnectar concert they had. It was like a secret show that like sold out
Right.
like in 30 seconds or whatever.
So what kind of music is Bassnectar?
Bassnectar.
I know, but just tell people.
Oh, wait.
I'm cool. It's a
Yeah, he's with it.
It's
Yeah.
bass.
It's bass. Yeah, Bassnectar. They're like EDM, dubstep. I feel like I'm messing that up. Maybe maybe those aren't the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I just was there.
It's very European.
Yeah, he has like really long hair. I didn't get to meet him. I met his promoter, and his promoter has like a beautiful mane and like a long ginger beard, and
Wow.
he just kind of looks like an idyllic Thor figure. So I was like, yeah, I must have you in my life. And he was just like, take this ball and never speak to me again. So I was like, okay.
They sing the song "Who's Gonna Save the World Tonight," or that's someone else?
Is that no?
That's
No.
Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah, they sing. Most of their songs have like a oons, oons,
Yeah.
oons, bass hits.
I'm
into
hunting
it.
for the
Yeah.
bass.
Yeah.
Is it Bassnectar or Bass Hunter?
Bassnectar.
Bassnectar.
But they're hunting for the bass to acquire the nectar.
Right. Everyone knows good bass
Yeah.
has good nectar.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So how did you got this ball from the promoter?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they dropped some at the end of the concert, but he just gave it to me because I was like talking his ear off about why his name was like Garrison Summersell, and
Right.
he like works in this weird EDM cool like world. The name and his job didn't match, so I was trying to figure out how did he come to this. Like, did he have to train in like an elite ninja school to
Right.
do what he does?
Wow.
And he
So
was
what
like,
does the symbol mean?
this is their symbol. They just kind of have this as like a cool thing that they do. If you ever been to a Bassnectar show, you guys know that like it's this amazing light show. There's a lot of fog, random objects drop from the sky, and there are a lot of people like in the crowd not even watching the show, just doing their own thing. So there are like 25 different shows within the show that you're watching. Like, I spent 30 minutes watching a girl in neon fur boots with like a glowing hula hoop just do that.
Wow.
It was intriguing.
Yeah.
Can't lie. Yeah.
And let's just pretend right now we're at this concert.
Yeah.
We're just listening to music. You and I went together. We're friends. Thanks so
Then
much
just-
for inviting me to this concert, Tyree. I really
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
man, you're welcome. Because it's like loud.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I really appreciate it. I'm having a great time.
Me too. I wonder if we're gonna get to see the nectar.
I would love to get a taste of that nectar. Also, this is a true story at a concert. Keep the music going. I'm telling you a story from when I went to Bonnaroo. I once proposed to a woman. I asked her to marry me.
And how did that go?
She said no, but, well, she laughed.
Okay, so that's not necessarily a no. That's like she's just so... She was overcome with emotion.
Right. She said, hey, is that... Or she's asking, can I have a drink of your water out of water bottle? It's really hot out. I said, yeah, have a drink. And I was dancing, showing the dancing motion, and she laughed. And then she was very beautiful. Yeah. And she took a drink of water, and after she drank it, she said, she went down on her knees, and she kneeled down and like... I love you. She said she loved me. Yeah. And as she went down on her knees, I got down on mine, and I said, will you marry me? I didn't pretend to, but will you marry me? And then she just went, and then walked off.
That's misleading.
Right.
You can't say I love you and then kneel and then not expect a marriage proposal.
Right. But then the person whose water bottle she drank wasn't even mine. I took it from... She asked for water, and I took it from
Alan. You also potentially gave her mono.
It could have been.
Yeah.
But it was... I gave her water bottle, and she got the drink, and I proposed. And then I met another group of people, and I was going to ask them to marry me, but then I decided
just gotta wait, kind of play your options for a while. Find yourself.
Right.
Like, that's what Bonnaroo is for, finding yourself and then finding a person to marry.
That's right. Yeah. And then just listen to the music and enjoy the bass. I found a lot of nectar at Bonnaroo.
Beautiful.
Sweet Bassnectar. Was that Mason, was that a Bassnectar song? Oh, that was great.
Beautiful. Yeah. If you hadn't heard it for the first time today, you might
play another one, and you tell me
go for it.
A concert story. And we're just gonna pretend we're at the concert again loud. Oh, this song. I love this song. I'm so glad they're playing it, and the lights are so great.
Can you Millie rock to a Bassnectar song, or is that like frowned upon?
I think you can. You do what you want.
Bending.
Yeah. This is how I dance. I just move my head when I'm having a good time.
I dig it. Zach, this concert's amazing.
Yeah, man. Hey, I got the tickets off the StubHub. Great place to get tickets.
Yeah. It reminds me of this one concert I went to recently. Have you heard of Flatbush Zombies?
I have not, no.
The Flatbush Zombies are not zombies, but they're from Flatbush, Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
Amazing group.
Are they a haunted band?
They're, somewhat haunted. One of the guys' name is Zombie Juice, so, if you can't get into that Bassnectar, you gotta have some zombie juice for sure.
Wow. I'm more of a nectar guy, but I like some juice.
It's amazing. It's not quite as good as, like, Beetlejuice, but,
Zombie juice.
Zombie juice. It has to be. Yeah. So their shows are just, like, iconically known for mosh pits and crowd surfing. And I knew this, but I went anyway because I'm a fan of music. Like, I have to be a part of, all this type of cultural stuff.
Right.
So I'm just, like, there taking in this, like, taking in the zombie juice. I'm literally right here on the stage taking it all in. And one of the guys, I won't say who, because I don't know who, but he jumped into the crowd expecting them all to grab him. And they did, but the way that he landed butt first on my neck. So I, got hit in the neck and then just kind of fell on the floor with the residue zombie juice.
Oh no.
It was amazing.
But you had a good time. You got no hard feelings?
That was the best part of my night. Once you get knocked out by a musician, you've officially made it. I'm like that girl that Miguel hit that time when he was performing. Yeah.
And that's my claim to fame. And then you can get a ball to play with afterwards.
Yeah, you get a ball to play with.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Was that your favorite concert experience, seeing Flatbush Zombies?
Maybe. I think no. I saw the last two Beyonce shows, and I wasn't I'm not like one of these people who worship Beyonce. I really think that if Beyonce wanted to run a coup of a small country like Estonia,
right,
who would stop her? They would just have to give her a seat at the UN.
Right.
That's how adamant her fans are.
Right.
But once I got to see the show, I understood why they're this way, because it's really impressive. And then DJ Khaled was there, or Khalid.
Yeah.
Because some people say Khalid.
I don't think it's that. All I do is win.
Yeah. All he does is win, and all he does is have fun with his friends. All his friends come out.
Everybody's
and he drinks soy milk, which I also drink.
Right.
So that makes me feel like I'm hip in the game, young in these streets. handing it to the goons.
So-
Soy milk.
Yeah, hand it to the goons. You gotta drink soy milk.
Yeah.
So was Beyonce? Was that your best favorite concert?
Yeah, not for like her, but for everyone else that came.
The energy that was
Yeah.
there. I believe it.
Yeah.
Eddie, who has been on some of the shows, Simply Line. Yeah, you saw him on last night. He's
Yeah.
our resident ghost expert, Halloween expert.
Gotcha.
I was at his house and we were watching the MTV Video Music Awards.
Yeah.
Jock was there as well.
Okay.
And Eddie was saying Beyonce is not human.
She's not.
She's an
Yeah.
alien.
I can see that. Yeah, she's
Right.
she's certainly something that's just like
She's
she
just
might
too
be a
good.
ghost.
Yeah.
She might be a ghost or undead.
Right.
One or the other, but she's not something that like regular people can grow to be. There's no genome that could make that.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a once in a lifetime
Yeah.
person who stops by.
What about you? Would you say that Bonnaroo was your favorite festival?
I think it was. Yeah. I went.
Have you been to other ones though, like South by South?
No, I've only been to Bonnaroo. I've been to Bonnaroo 2012 and 2013. So
Okay, I went 2009 Bonnaroo,
Okay.
and I think Lil Wayne was there because it was like right after Carter 3, which is
Oh,
like
yeah.
the best Lil Wayne album.
The Carter 3 was a great album.
Yeah,
I like his laugh when he does the
that was
Carter
amazing.
3's
Yeah.
out. I saw it was Paul McCartney one year and then Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, man,
Red Hot
you
Chili
got
Peppers are
the Red Hot
amazing,
Chili
yeah.
Peppers. And Radiohead, I think, was there as well.
I wasn't like big. I feel like there was like a cult where you either liked Coldplay or you liked Radiohead, but you could not like them both.
Right.
And so I took Coldplay because
Really?
I just liked Yellow, and then yeah, you know, they haven't let me down yet, I guess.
Yeah, they're still doing great music. They just had a commercial for the Apple. I think.
Yeah.
Commercial.
And he has a daughter named Apple, so that kind of works,
Right.
right? Yeah.
He's maybe one day the
Yeah.
new Apple product will be
Her.
clones of her.
Or they'll use her voice to like replace Siri.
Right.
Yeah.
And she'll just come to your house and perform
Yeah.
Coldplay hits. She'll just play her. Hey, have you guys heard my dad's song? She just plays the Coldplay song and then just sits down. You listen to
Quietly, you
Coldplay.
just like,
Right.
you know, give your notes.
Right. She's the star. That would be a great experience to
Yeah.
have in your life, I think.
Live music with like a child of the person.
Right. Well, here's what I'm offering to swap to Tyree.
I really dig this. I
This
really
is-
want that too.
And it's all yours, but this is up for swap also in the swap shop. So I know you're intimidated, you don't want to call in and swap, but if
Yeah.
you'd like to swap, we are offering this Bassnectar beach ball. You can play with your
Once
friends.
in a lifetime opportunity.
They're both soft, so you can play and toss them around. If no one wants to swap for these, I'm going to give my Eric Andre doll to Tyree for his Bassnectar ball.
Do you say doll as
Doll.
opposed to doll?
Doll?
Like dab. It's like a colloquial thing, I
Right.
guess. Maybe
Because I call Alice. Is Alice?
Alice.
Alice?
What's that?
Alice, that's the person who works in
Oh,
marketing.
Alice.
Alice.
Okay. Do you say
Do I
aunt
have
or
to do
aunt?
an Alice?
Yeah, you got to do an owl.
In my head, it sounds like Alice.
Yeah.
Is that not right?
When you said it, I thought you were saying Hollis with the H.
Oh, Hollis.
Yeah.
This doll. Did I
This
say it
doll?
better?
Yeah,
Doll?
I like that.
Is
Say
it doll or doll?
Continue saying it makes you distinctive. You got to say it like that. Doll. Yeah.
It's not. I'm not asking for any dollars for this doll. We're swapping it. If you'd like to swap for it, give us a call at 413-961-4263. If you don't offer an item and we don't enjoy that item, or
Yeah.
Tyree doesn't like it, technically this is Tyree's now. So Tyree, if someone can swap for you, with
Okay.
it. And if someone wants to swap for
I'm
me, I'll
pleased.
hold on to this.
I'm so pleased by this.
That's it. I love sports. Come on, let's play some ball.
I mean, it's a great item to take with you to, like, you know, I don't know where the kids are. Are they still going to Panama City?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Spring break comes up this spring. Roll up the ball, pull up. I'll pull up. Hey guys.
And it's just like fitting. You can throw like a beach rager.
Right.
You know, I always wanted to do that, like American Pie 2 style, American Pie 2, when they went to like somewhere, some beach house, and like had a lake rager.
That would be great.
Yeah,
We should do
this
that.
is the type of ball that you would have at such an event.
Right, and then I'd say, look into the spinning Bassnectar. And after I spin it 3 times, they hypnotize and they say, I got this in the Bassnectar. Let's do a quick role playing where you and I were friends and we pull up to the beach and we see a group of people hanging out and we want to join them.
Okay. I'm gonna try to have like a jabroni accent.
Should I be Nick? Nick is an alter ego in the swap
Okay,
shop where I
you
don't
can
wear
be
my
Nick,
glasses.
And I'll be Tyler.
I'll be Nick. All right. So Nick and Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler.
All right. So we're gonna we'll do it into this camera.
Okay.
All right. Hey, what's up? You guys want to come play some beach ball with us? We got a Bassnectar ball. Tyler
Yeah.
got it. My name's Nick. This is Tyler. We got it at a Bassnectar concert.
Hey guys, I'm Tyler.
a few weeks back.
I just hit some yummy waves. Now I want to just like, you know, kick back, relax, have a beach
Sick.
sesh.
That's right. And yeah, we're not worried about if you do drugs. Feel free to do
Yeah,
whatever you
we're
want.
like totally 420 friendly
That's
over
right.
here.
That's right. And I'm sapiosexual. So that you know what that means? I like.
He likes brain and popcorn.
That's right. I like watching, matching with you on Tinder. We'll see where we go.
And me, I'm pro Second Amendment because you can't legalize these guns, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
Shred the gnar.
Shred the gnar.
Hey, and guess what? I've been working out hard all day. I need to take a break. Toss me one of those Michelobes.
Michelobes. Oh yeah, you're definitely Nick.
Here. That's what's up. And then
you know.
we can play, right? We can play. Oh, I'm digging the music you're playing here.
Total beach wave.
We're pretty good at sports too, so if you want us to play on your volleyball team, we'll do
Super
a good
acclimated.
job.
Oh.
We're good at sports, so you can't have this. This is
I
our
would have been
third
a total
friend.
jock if beach volleyball were a sport at my high school.
Is it time to switch back into?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I kind of was creeped out by Nick because he drinks Michelobes. I'm
Right.
so used to a Bud Light drinker.
Oh,
So.
I got one more Nick line I gotta say. Michelobes, MGD 64, 64 calories. Gotta keep my body toned up in shape.
Sick. You should have been a bodybuilder.
I used to work out a lot. I still sometimes
I mean,
do.
you still
but-
work out. You have this Grecian figure.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you like the statue of David,
Thank
man.
you.
You know,
One of the biggest compliments my ex-girlfriend told me I had the best legs she had ever
the
seen.
best legs.
Yeah,
That is great.
because I walk a lot and ride my bike, so I'm
Yeah,
always
so you're
exercising
capped
these
up.
thighs.
You're like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right.
No, Neil Armstrong.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Dyson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me take off my glasses and do that as Nick real quick. There it is. Yeah. I ride my bike a lot. I got good thighs. I'm Neil. Call me Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Dyson. Tries and thighs. So she likes your legs for your thighs
hard.
and not your calves.
Right. I think she liked my thighs. I don't have good calves. I don't think.
See, I would have assumed that the calves because that's what the bike riding's there for.
I think
The
I'm using a
calves.
different muscle. I'm not using the right muscle.
Are you doing a lot of squats when you're riding your bike?
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
sometimes I never stand up when I ride my bike. I always sit.
Okay.
I see people stand up because it makes it easier, but I say no. I want this to be hard so I can
Yeah.
make my legs stronger. I used to
That's-
run a lot, but then I got
I run a lot because I would get chased a lot by animals. So
Really?
yeah. But once I moved into an apartment, I guess
you don't have to run as much.
Yeah. Although I do like to although I hate cats, I have a healthy respect of them. I watch them hunt other animals, and
Right.
it's just so interesting.
Cats never have to run; they just pounce.
Yeah, because they're very, very stalkerish. They stay low, and I would purposefully, if I had a big yard, just not cut my grass and let it grow,
Right.
so that I could see a cat stalk like a lion,
Right, or a
on the
raptor
prowl,
from
or
Jurassic Park.
from the Jurassic World,
Right.
the newest one with Chris Pratt. Chris
That's right.
Pratt's just an amazing
That's
actor.
a great film. I heard it broke the box office record.
Broke the box office, which is just why don't they reinforce the box office with steel at this point?
Right.
It's so flimsy. It's broken
keeps
several
breaking.
times over the past decades.
What they should have done, you know what I say, when they broke the box office record? I bet
Yeah.
someone in Hollywood, after it happened at Universal or whatever the movie production company it was, they probably imitated the raptor. And they said, when they got the news, they said, "Hey, you know what that makes me think of?" Caw, caw. And that was their celebration. They all caw, caw.
Yeah.
That was the raptor noise. You
The
remember
raptor.
when they're all caw, caw? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all raptor noise. That was their
Raptors.
celebration.
I kind of wish that Jurassic World or Park or Studios,
Right.
or Six Jurassic Flags was here in the world, so
Right.
that I could play with maybe a pterodactyl.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah,
fun.
flying with a pterodactyl. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I hear a raptor. Is that the raptor? There it is.
You're gonna make my dreams come true today.
That's them celebrating after they broke the box
Beautiful.
office record.
Life
PC Honky
complete.
Boy in chat
Only
says,
you guys could see the raptor, but it's amazing.
everybody that works at his job or her job looks like Skrillex. Every girl that works here looks like Skrillex.
What does that mean?
I think he works with a lot of people who look like Skrillex.
Oh, that's Skrillex.
There it
look
is.
like?
The call. I heard
Okay.
the call. Skrillex has long black hair, but
Oh,
side of his
okay.
head is shaved. I saw
Gotcha.
Skrillex at Bonnaroo. He performed in a big spaceship.
The thing about like EDM artists is I don't know what any of them look like because you watch the light show and
Right.
not the actual person.
Right. They're boring compared to the lights. Ah!
Yeah. Beautiful. Am I being devoured? Oh no.
That's a fancy raptor.
Yeah. He's got nice thighs.
That's right. Look at
Yeah.
those calf muscles and the tail muscle.
And like a interesting ankle feature right there.
Right. The muscles I think I'm most proud about in the raptor though are those jaw muscles. I always thought, how do I get better jaw muscles? And you know what I think? By eating candy.
Eating chews, yeah.
Yep, eating the chews.
If all of my teeth weren't fake, I would totally take a bite of this chew, but I don't want to take them all out.
No, it's okay. I have a lot of fillings, so I feel like I might be paying a trip to the dentist. That's the true horror story for today's show.
Yeah. Horror story. Honestly, it's a life goal of mine to have dentures. Like, I want to have dentures before I turn 35, which may either be a short or long time away. Who knows?
Really?
I'm an ageless being, yeah. Dentures are fun because you can just take them out and then, like, have your gums gnawing on food.
Mhm.
Like, I think about, like, my grandparents, how they eat, and they just kind of, like, gnaw on... Or, like, babies. Babies seem to have the most fun when they eat, and it all gets everywhere. But you have a good excuse because you don't have any teeth.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm missing my 2 back teeth.
Really?
Bottom molars. So
You should've just kept
I
your
kind of am
wisdoms.
gumming on this.
Is that what they're for?
Well,
Oh,
my wisdom teeth grew into my back teeth.
Oh, so they
had
just
to
took them
remove
all out.
those,
And it's
yeah.
just like, yeah. Yeah. So you should just, like, go ahead and get the rest gone.
Yeah. It didn't hurt. I was
Yeah.
asleep. I woke up and they were gone.
Maybe get a fake grill, like a cubic zirconia grill, not an actual diamond grill,
Yeah.
because, you know, balling on a budget.
That's right.
Yeah, cha-ching.
I should put... Now I have empty space on my gums where my teeth were, so I can put things there.
Okay. So, like, you can hide, like, a key.
Hmm. Hey, I forgot. Give me your spare key. I'll just put it
Yeah.
in my mouth.
And then it's like, or like you can hide your phone back there, because one of my biggest problems is like going out and losing my phone.
Right.
But if it's just like back here somewhere in this area, I'd never have to worry about it again.
Right? Just keep it in your teeth.
That's like, actually, this is something that I'm working on. It's not a joke yet,
Right.
but it's a real life conversation I had.
And that's something I wanted to actually do. We only have about a few minutes left, but I wanted to actually workshop some help. Maybe,
Yeah.
hopefully, we've come up with at least one good joke to take away. But let's
I
hear
mean,
it.
you know, my life is a tragic comedy, so.
No, you have a great life.
Yeah, apparently girls, according to my sister, don't blame me if this is wrong, they have like one designated friend whose job it is to keep everyone's things. Why don't guys have that? Like when
To
we
keep
go out,
everybody's things?
yeah, like they hold all the bags and the phones and the wallets.
Oh,
It's
when they
like
go
your-
out at night.
Yeah, like the way your mom would if you were going to Universal Studios or something.
Right.
Like they have a friend who does that, and that's just her job. But like when guys go out, like we have no regard for each other at
Right.
all. Like if you got lost in a bar, I would just be like, well, Zach probably just went to sleep somewhere.
Right.
We'll find him later.
Yeah, I went home. Yeah, I'm at home eating cereal.
You
That's what I
can't
usually
even
do after
find
I go
me.
to the club or a bar. I come
Yeah.
home and eat a big bowl of cereal.
I mean, it is kind of the best, like cereal, like Frosted Flakes, or
Right.
my favorite Raisin Bran. Anything that's like devoid of sugar,
Right.
I eat that.
Oh, I like a lot of
Amazing.
sugar in mine though. I will tell you one time someone gave me a ride home from somewhere. They said, you shouldn't walk. I like to walk a lot.
Yeah.
She said you shouldn't walk, and then I think she wanted me to invite her in to, pet my dog and see my
Yeah.
cat that evening. And
Oh, you have a dog and a cat. I
I do.
forgot about that.
And I said, I really actually just want to go home and eat this bowl of Fruity Pebbles. And that's what I did. I said, thanks for the ride. I got a bowl of
I got a
Fruity Pebbles.
bounce. Fruity
wait for me.
Pebbles.
Yep. And I sat and ate Fruity Pebbles and watched Jurassic World.
Yeah, just kind of, if you had a dog, a cat, and a raptor, you'd be like a superhero.
I
You'd
think
be like
so.
a superhero team.
You'd
yeah.
be the coolest person in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then that's when you would be the person who holds everybody's things because you'd be feeding them.
Yeah.
To your
You'd have to like
pets.
hold like a rat for
Right.
the raptor, and
Right.
I guess tuna for the cat, and then
Right.
I don't even know what dogs eat anymore. Like just a bone.
Yeah, a big old
Yeah.
bone, big old dinosaur bone.
I feel like dogs aren't as much hungry as they just want something to play with.
I think so. They just
Yeah.
like to chew on things, just like me with these chews that we brought onto the show.
An amazing snack that you should all try before you go toothless.
Right. PC Honky Boy again says he just posted an article that said dinosaurs didn't roar, they cooed or quacked like ducks. Says new study.
I
So they
heard. I heard that dinosaurs are actually closer related to birds than they are like lizards and stuff. So that
Right.
kind of makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oatmeal says they'll buy me a raptor for Christmas.
He is amazing.
Right.
Or he could swap your raptor for something else.
There we go. I'm
kinda-
down to do
yeah.
that. I'll swap my cat out.
Yeah, not for Andre. The Andre's mine.
Right. So Tyree, do you have any last minute jokes that you'd like to tell, or any Do you have any shows coming up that you want to tell
Yeah, I
anybody
mean, I'm doing a show on the 25th at the Laughing Skull in Midtown Atlanta. If you guys want to, fly
there's
out
a
and see
raptor.
me. Raptor with his beautiful voice, beautiful quacking voice. So I wondered if like raptors like swim in formation, because like birds do that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And that takes me back to the Beyonce song. Okay, Raptors, now let's get
in formation.
Yeah, and then their tails all.
Now, see, I didn't realize she was saying formation. I thought she was saying let's get information, like let's go to our local library,
Right.
let's get an encyclopedia
That's right.
out. Yeah,
That's the joke you tell. October 25th on Tuesday at Laughing Skull in Midtown Atlanta.
yeah.
I've missed your last few ones, but I'm gonna make it to this
Make
one.
that one, yeah. It'll be fun.
At what time?
8.
8 p.m. So
Yeah.
you can see Tyree, and I'll be there, and we'll maybe even do a live swap.
Maybe I'll swap places with you, and you'll be on stage, and I'll be sitting, and then that'll be a whole thing.
And then I'll come up with Davis as a puppet, and we'll all do a show together. And we'll actually make that sitcom 3.5 Ghosts.
Oh yeah, that's happening. It's already in pre-production.
Or 3's Ghosts. 3's
Ghosts.
Company. Yeah. Well, Tyree, it's been a real pleasure having you on the
It's
show
been really
today.
fun being here. I
Time
got a
just
cool,
went by. It sucked by.
cool little body of Andre that I'm going to probably use like a voodoo doll and maybe just kind of like, bring him into the city.
Send me
him do fun
videos
things.
of what you do with him. And,
I got you.
Yeah. And enjoy him. And thank you for stopping by today. And eat the rest of the Smarties. That's what they're there
Oh,
for.
yeah. I'm
It's
totally
okay to
down for
put a
that.
little bit of sugar on your teeth.
You gotta put him in the back or like
Just rub them back there and let them just marinate.
It
on your
doesn't
teeth.
count if it's like in the way back in the gummy section.
That's right. It won't hurt you. Well, thank you so much, Tyree, for stopping by. We've had a very wonderful Wednesday swap shop with Tyree Rush. As I mentioned earlier, the reason why we don't have a black background is because we have a quick transition time. We have a very talented crew. Unfortunately, time is money, and we don't have time to get to the crew. They are. They're fantastic. So we're in the swap shop, and I think we'll be in the swap shop for the future wonderful Wednesdays. I'll have special guest hosts. We'll just sit here and have a conversation. I think it was a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by, Tyree, and thank you for watching and providing comments in chat. Next time, give us a call, won't you? And have a great afternoon. Stick around for crosswords.
All right.
It's a deal. And we just wait to do this until
shakes.
There it is. Bye-bye.
Made in Georgia.